Now the first carry for Chase Edmonds. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
And this is going to be a Cardinals first down as he's able to get this up past the 40.
That's a very nice game there, a confidence-building run. Love the execution up front, and the way he pressed the hole, absolutely perfect.
He will find the rookie from Purdue. That's Rondale Moore. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. At the 50-yard line. First carry for James Conner.
And there's James Conner with a run that gets everyone's attention. He joined the Arizona Cardinals after 4 years in Pittsburgh. And his best year with the Steelers, 2018. Named a Pro Bowler after a 973-yard, 13-touchdown campaign. Mixed results the last couple of years as he's been in and out of the lineup. But with consistency, he can still be an effective runner.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
And a quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Marching in for the sack, Michael Brockers. Well, that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot. 3rd and long. Here's Murray from midfield. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Out of bounds and close. The question, was it a touchback? No. They'll say it crossed out at the 2-yard line. Excellent placement, and off that bounce, Charles, I didn't know where it was going to go. It can be an inexact science as to where they place it, but they say the 2-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know how they really determine that. And let's face it, at the end of that play, one side's going to be happy, the other team's going to be unhappy. So what do they do, shorten the hypotenuse? I mean, how do they figure that out? You know that stuff. You're the smart guy.
Oh, that's you, partner. They'll run for the first time with Raheem Mostert. And he will double the space they have to work with as they take it from the 2 to the 4.
Well, not a game that you're going to go crazy about, but when you start at your own 2-yard line, any type of space is good for the offensive guys.
Yeah, you just can't go backwards from here. They did it. Now we'll see if they can keep it on schedule here on 2nd down. Back near his goal line. Here's Kaepernick. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Kaepernick. He's airing it out for Williams. And unable to connect, incomplete. Give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
The punt team on now is from their end zone. They get it away. Returning it is Moore. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. A nice job getting free on the return for 13 yards. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50. 1st and 10. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. He'll start things out by handing to Edmonds. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the 1st down marker. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. Able to find Isabella. And he is going to have a Cardinals 1st down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Edmonds running out of the shotgun. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 34-yard line.
Play action. Now it's Murray. Now he's forced out right. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the 1st down.
They fake the handoff. Now Murray. That's out to the flat for Edmonds. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
On 2nd down, this is Edmonds. And he'll get it down this time to the 17.
Tracy Walker on the tackle. A pickup of 2 yards. 1st down, Arizona.
No score after 1 on EA Sports. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. They go quickly here out to Moore. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Edmonds. And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Chase Edmonds. Touchdown number 15 of the year. As his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Extra point good by Prater. And that makes the score 7-0.
Cardinals 7, Lions nothing. Matt Prater to kick off for Arizona.
And after the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. They fake the give. Now Kaepernick. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Patrick Owasor coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Here's 3rd and long. Kaepernick needing a big play to counteract the sack. Now back to throw.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted.
Picked by Deontay Thompson. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
And that's a ball that he is going to want to keep, his first career interception in the National Football League.
And I love what teams do when that happens. You bring the ball to the sideline, the equipment guy grabs it, he puts a piece of tape on it, writes on it so that you know what it is, and then they tuck it away so that you can have it for later and put it on your mantle. Pretty good deal for him right there. Now he's eager to get back out on the field and get his second one.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. On play action, it's Murray. Finding Walker, complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
But give them credit for a good read right there, because they read the man coverage on the right side and sent the tight end a few steps down the field and then angled him to the left on a crossing route. He was able to get enough separation on this play to turn it into a nice gain.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Here's Murray. This is caught. Touchdown. Chase Edmonds. His 2nd TD of the game and 16th on the season. And the Cardinals now adding on to their lead.
CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the 1st quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the 2nd. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment and you have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Prater to kick off for Arizona.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
At the 26-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there.
They go back to the ground, this time Mostert.
And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
Well, you know, Charles, for this defense, look, it's no secret. You're facing a team that is really, really struggling. They haven't won in what seems like forever, but sometimes a desperate team can be a dangerous team, right?
You're exactly right about that, but they shouldn't be. When they're on that type of a losing streak, it's incumbent upon you to take charge of this game early and not give them any reason to hope. Get out and attack them and make sure you knock them back on their butts.
Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
That'll be a 48-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And the Cards will take over, 1st and 10.
At their own 16-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
You know, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? Where everything is working for them, every move they make works, it clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about. Back to the ground on first down, Edmonds. Room here to run. And all the way down to the 9. 112 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. That was excellent from start to finish, from the blocking to the running, just well executed.
And now let's look ahead, because after that, how about a little play action, maybe a little bootleg, and get the quarterback out on the corner and give him a little run pass option.
They're right down here looking for 6. That sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. On second and goal, Murray. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Touchdown, Cardinals.
All right.
Delaney Walker with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Cardinals push further out in front. Prater for the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0.
The score, Cardinals 21, Lions nothing.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3-and-out.
First down.
On first down, Kaepernick. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the Cardinals' 44-yard line.
Throwing now is Kaepernick. He's going to float this one deep right side. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Now Kaepernick. Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick. They find some open field here. And they will score. It's a pick 6 for the Cardinals touchdown. That pick six extending this lead even further. And boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out to start the third quarter. But if things don't improve fast then, I think the backups get a lot of play in the second half.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And we'll see how they want to play this. Just a little over 20 seconds to go. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 16-yard line.
So we have reached halftime with the visiting Cardinals out in front as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Final adjustments being made for the second half. Whether they'll amount to much in a game that's already pretty well decided, well, that's another question. Nevertheless, let's get you back out to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, thanks. Yeah, that's something to consider. Are we in for more one-way traffic here in the second half? It has not been a competitive game to this point. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. Second down, here's Mostert again.
And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down.
43 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Now a play fake. Kaepernick rolling to his right. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
On play action, it's Kaepernick. Steps away to his left.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And the Cards are going to get the football here at their own 23.
The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the third quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing. They're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 28-yard line.
On second down at 4, Murray. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Now on 2nd and 13, Murray. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
So, Charles, you talk about this head coach and his future with this franchise. Look, it's been a frustrating year, and I think we saw some of that frustration boil over at his weekly press conference earlier in the week.
Yeah, he's trying to say all the right things, isn't he? But he's heard the rumors. He knows what's going on out there. And right now, he is tired of having to answer the question, are you on the hot seat in every meeting with reporters? This week, he kind of said, I've had enough, and I don't blame him. He looks like a guy that may very well be out the door.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
So 1 first down on that drive, and that's it. Forced to take the deep shot on 3rd down and couldn't hit it. Now they have to punt this one away.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
On play action, it's Kaepernick. He's airing it out for Williams. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the 3rd quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sidelines and in the huddle looking at each other.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches. Now it's the backup Goff.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. But the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they will begin with, should we call it, far from ideal starting field position, their own 2-yard line.
So what's your definition of ideal?
The 1-yard line on the other side of the field.
Yes, exactly right. So, yes, your definition is apropos in this case.
And they're going to get this all the way out past the 20.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big 3rd quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20.
Mike 51, Mike 51. Easy,
Here's a give to Edmonds running to the right. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 21-yard line.
Now Murray off play action. Flush to his right. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
You know, if following up on this head coach and the pressure that he is under, CD, I want to switch it to you because you've been on winning teams, but I know you've been in similar situations too where things just are not going well. How do you approach that as a player?
It's a tough approach, Brandon, because you actually have to do the opposite of what you would think. You know, in your mind, you're thinking, I redouble my efforts, I go harder. In a sense, you have to back off a little bit. You have to do a little bit less do what you're supposed to do, but don't take on the pressures of doing more and trying to do your teammates' jobs as well. If you do that, that's really going to lead you to more issues.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down, Edmonds. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time has run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Back now at Ford Field. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Now that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot. 3rd and long. Murray now. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Moore.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the 4th quarter.
Simple. You got nothing there.
On 1st down, Edmonds. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now.
Easy.
2nd down and another run with Edmonds. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 127 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to, and it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Going quickly out wide to Moore. A gain of 6 there on 1st. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
On 2nd down, Edmonds. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Chase Edmonds, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Cardinals are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. Extra point good by Prater, and the lead will swell by 1 more. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. Tackle made there by Jordan Hicks.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. This run defense has been pretty stout all game long. Now you're here in the 4th quarter. Should rely more.
You have any choice, and I don't think you have to dress it up at all either. Throughout the first 3 quarters, you're still trying to convince the defense that you may run the football. That's out the window right now. Protect, let your quarterback operate, and try and find some targets in the open field downfield.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
2nd down. Here's Mostert again. And he's got some space here. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Well, I tell you what, when you get a running back who can move like that in the open field, that's something to take advantage of, and they certainly did there.
And first and foremost, this is all about vision. He can see the play developing right in front of him, and once he's past the line of scrimmage and got a full head of steam behind him, he's just going to keep right on going.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. On the return, Rondale Moore will bring it out. The lane opens here. He's past the 30, the 40, the 20. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. Touchdown, Arizona. As that lead just swells and swells. Look, this has been dominance in all 3 phases, offense, defense, and special teams.
So don't we have to give a lot of credit, not just to what we've seen today, but the preparation in advance, coaching staff, commitment by the players to the game plan, and being ready to go in this one? You're exactly right. Clean sweep. And, boy, they're going to celebrate this one after it's over.
And on the other side, this is the game film you just flush and never go back and review. And we will not see an attempt to match that return touchdown, as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offense's sails, because they had it going pretty good last time, too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
On 3rd down, here comes Mostert. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page, because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Now Kaepernick, got to have this one. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. Then the Cardinals will now take over with excellent field position. They'll run on 1st down. Edmonds. 142 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
34's the mic. 34's the mic. He's coming. Check him. Check him. Pick me up. Here we go.
Again, they run with Edmonds. And they'll get this down to the 10. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Now a give to Edmonds. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. It's a gain of 7 on the ground. 2nd down coming up.
I know that every now and then we get in those meetings with coaches, and you almost want to roll your eyes when they talk about staying on schedule when they're moving the football. But would you say a 7-yard run is ahead of schedule?
4th quarter with the lead, you love that, don't you?
No doubt about it, because staying on schedule is trying to get 4 downs on 1st down. They did that plus 3.
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Arizona, the win gets them to 5-9 now on the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for Detroit, the rough season continues as they plunge to 1-13. And they'll try to turn it around next week as they head to Atlanta for a matchup with the Falcons.